Today we are cutting the mustard greens, which are now starting to go to seed, as you can see here. Each of these little fronds has, it's kind of hard to get to focus in here, but little tiny seed pods on them. And they're starting to turn a little bit brown, and I'm afraid that if we leave them out another day or two with the rains and stuff we've been getting, they're going to just fall into the ground, and then next year I'll have mustard greens coming up over the entire garden, which isn't really a bad thing, but we're going to try to make mustard this year with some of the seed. So what we've done today is cut the ones that looked like they were starting to turn a little bit brown, and Rick is lashing them together with his Boy Scout skills, and then we are tying them up in the greenhouse so that they can dry the rest of the way. And then when we're done tying them up, we're going to put these two little tables underneath, and there's just a white sheet on top so that the seeds can fall down onto the tables, and hopefully we can collect them. So this is a experiment, as everything else has been this year, to see if we can make our own mustard, and it should be kind of fun. There's probably, and I suppose at least maybe twice this many or 3 times this many of the seeded out stalks out in the garden still, but they were still pretty green, so we didn't cut them today. And this is the inside of the greenhouse. I guess I haven't really shown that yet. It's raining right now. We were going to put the ridge cap up on the top where the old stock shelter part meets the new greenhouse part, but since it's raining, we're doing the mustard seeds instead. And so there we go, up the ladder, tying. This is kind of like drying herbs, only in a rather huge fashion because there's such long stalks on them. I really enjoyed growing the mustard this year. It was totally an experiment, and I just ordered mustard greens because it sounded like something kind of exciting. In South Dakota, people don't eat a lot of greens in South Dakota in general, not the southern type of greens. So I ordered them and planted the seed, and really enjoyed eating the mustard greens when they were smaller. And then once they started blooming, my honeybees were infatuated with the plants, and they would just be swarming all over them every day. And so then I left them out in the garden to bloom, and then I started reading how you could let them go to seed and go ahead and make your mustard. So a little bit more about the inside of the greenhouse. Over on that end will be the doorway that will come in and out. That's the east side. And we still have to frame that in and decide what kind of doors we're going to do. I'm not sure if we're going to do like double doors so I can get a wheelbarrow through, or just a big wide industrial door there. Haven't decided yet. And then this part in the back was the stock shelter when we had horses, and it will be insulated. We're going to get some of that sheet insulation and put it up, and try to close it in as good as we can so that this winter hopefully it will maintain just a little bit of heat in here. And then we'll put some pea gravel down on the ground, probably landscape cloth first and then pea gravel to try to, minimize the weeds in here. And then I'll have shelves made out of like some of that expanded metal that you can see in the back there. There's a louver that we'll put up on one of the sides for ventilation. So we'll see how it works. Seems like the rain is kind of slowing down now, and once things dry out, we'll get up on the roof and start working on the ridge cap so that it's not leaking in here at the joints anymore. But we're just about done with the building the greenhouse project.